cold flying up there, but I don't think the Pop-Tarts will be surviving. But Wayne G's in the chat. He says Rams had the number one defense when Stanley was the DC. He's looking for a job now. Give him a call, he says.
Hell no.
Hell no, he says. Hoffy says, hell no. Listen, he was supposed to be a defensive guru, right? He was supposed to be this guy that was like, hey, let's make magic happen. Hoffy, let me ask you this question. You said hell no to Staley being a defensive coordinator at the Rams. Should the Rams let go of their defensive coordinator? I mean, they are, what's the stats I'm looking for here? They are 19th in points allowed this season.
And they're going to hire who? The gentleman that gave up 42 points on the first half?
As a head coach, not a defensive coordinator.
I don't give two shits. The guy gave up 42 points to a team that didn't score a single point the week before in the first half. 63 total points, and defense was supposed to be his specialty. So I understand as a head coach, there's more, he's got more on his plate, but then again, Matt Patricia, I mean, he was, he failed miserably with New England, and he's, now with Philadelphia, but I mean, same gentleman that also gave up, a 2-minute drive, 92 yards, no timeouts. So I'm sure douche Staley will get a job, but if the Patriots if the Patriots or my Dolphins or my San Francisco 49ers, I mean, no thank you.
Chiefs or your Cowboys or your Packers.
Yeah. No, send him to the Cowboys. Fire Dan Quinn and hire douche Staley. That's
Why would the Cowboys fire Dan Quinn? That's the dumbest thing you ever heard coming out of your mouth. But Carson Lang says it doesn't matter between the Saints or the Rams. The game doesn't matter tonight because the Saints or the Buccaneers, because they aren't going to go very far in the playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, we're talking about playoffs. Listen, there are times, Carson, when a team, Seattle Seahawks 2013, think that we're not going to go very far in the playoffs. They shouldn't even be in the playoff picture, but they go in there and they get a home game and they win a playoff game. Hell, they make it to the NFC Championship game. If the Dallas Cowboys, let's say they get the 5th overall seed, which I think they'll be a number 1 overall seed, spoiler alert.
False.
If they get the 5th hit the Cowboys get the 5th seed and they got to travel to New Orleans or to Tampa Bay, the Dallas Cowboys are a terrible team on the road, so they could do some noise. And the NFL is all about confidence. You get the confidence that, hey, we beat the best team in the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys. We beat the team that was supposed to win the Super Bowl and the Dallas Cowboys. Cloud 9, baby. Any given Sunday, or this particular case, any given Saturday, bada bing, bada boom. I feel that any team that makes the playoffs this season can legitimately make a playoff run or make a Super Bowl run. This is how wide open the playoffs are this year, Hoffy. Do you agree with that at all?
Yes and no.
Well, that's a perfect
if
answer.
we're looking at it realistically, it looks, you're not going to agree with me, and you call me a homer because I lived in San Francisco for quite a bit of time, but I think that San Francisco is a clear favorite, but as we say, and as we've seen this year, any given Sunday, as far as the AFC, it looks like, the Ravens are the clear-cut favorite, but again, then you have the Chiefs in there, and you can never count the Chiefs out. But I still would like to see some good things from the Miami Dolphins, but, can we trust them yet? It's a product of what have you done lately per se, and they haven't been there, so they haven't been able to do it. So are they going to be able to? But yeah, I would not be surprised if we, I don't think anyone thought that the Bengals and Joe Burrow would be in the Super Bowl a couple years ago when they did. And they surprised a lot of people. And since then they made us all believers of them. So maybe this, like you said, is the year where we see one of those teams take that step, get into the Super Bowl and start to, be a team that can either contend in the NFC with teams like the 49ers or in the AFC and contend with a team like the Kansas City Chiefs and give them, a run for their money every year.
Yeah, it would not surprise me one bit if the Pittsburgh Steelers slide into the playoffs and make a Super Bowl run at all.
Hell no, absolutely not.
I mean, we've seen it.
You got a better chance of seeing Joe Flacco and the Browns.